In the heart of a forgotten town, where shadows danced with the echoes of lost footsteps, a chilling wind whispered through the empty streets. The remnants of civilization stood in solemn silence, a testament to the world that once was. As the moon cast an eerie glow upon the desolation, a lone figure emerged from the darkness. Sarah, a survivor marked by the weight of her solitude, clutched a faded photograph, the last tangible connection to a family torn apart by the horrors that had befallen them. The virus, a malevolent force unleashed through a careless act, had transformed the familiar faces of neighbors and friends into grotesque creatures, driven by an insatiable hunger for violence. Sarah's heart pounded in her chest, a rhythm that echoed the pulse of a world teetering on the edge of oblivion. She had become a nomad of the ruins, navigating the treacherous cityscape with a caution born from bitter experience. Every step was a calculated move, every breath a whispered prayer for survival. In the stillness, the distant cries of the infected echoed like a mournful chorus, a constant reminder of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. Yet within this desolation, a flicker of hope burned. It was a fragile ember, but one that refused to be extinguished. For Sarah knew that in the depths of darkness, even the smallest spark could ignite a revolution. And so, she ventured forth, a solitary sentinel in a world that had forgotten compassion. Her journey was a search for answers, a quest to uncover the origins of the virus that had shattered their reality. Little did she know that this path would lead her to a discovery that would alter the course of their fractured world. In her relentless pursuit of truth, Sarah's footsteps carried her through the desolate city, each step a testament to her resilience. Along the way, she encountered remnants of a world forever changed, abandoned playgrounds, shattered storefronts, and the haunting echoes of forgotten laughter. As the days bled into nights, Sarah's resolve only grew stronger. She knew that the key to their salvation lay buried within the secrets of the past. It was a daunting task, but one she could not turn away from. One fateful morning, as the sun painted the horizon with hues of gold and crimson, Sarah stumbled upon an abandoned research facility, hidden beneath layers of rubble and despair. It was a grim fortress, a relic of a time when ambition had overstepped its bounds. Inside, she discovered a trove of knowledge, a testament to humanity's insatiable quest for power. Among the scattered research notes and vials, a glimmer of hope emerged, the potential for an antidote, a beacon in the abyss. With newfound purpose, Sarah returned to the makeshift sanctuary where fellow survivors awaited her return. Their eyes lit up with a mixture of hope and trepidation as she presented the vials that held the promise of salvation. The process of synthesizing the antidote was fraught with peril, a delicate dance with science that demanded unwavering focus. Together, they worked tirelessly, knowing that their efforts held the key to a future reclaimed from the brink of despair. And then, the moment of truth arrived. The first dose was administered, the room filled with breathless anticipation. As the minutes ticked by, they watched with bated breath, their hearts pounding in synchrony. Slowly, almost imperceptibly, a change began to unfold. The infected, once consumed by violence, now stood before them with eyes that held a glimmer of recognition. It was a transformation that defied all logic, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Tears flowed freely, mingling with the sweat and grime that clung to their faces. They had achieved the impossible. The survivors emerged from the shadows, blinking against the harsh light of a new dawn. With the antidote in their possession, the survivors' sanctuary transformed into a beacon of hope amidst the darkness. The once-forgotten subway station echoed with the sounds of laughter and shared stories, a stark contrast to the haunting silence that had pervaded before. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into a fragile semblance of normalcy. The infected, now restored to their former selves, joined the ranks of the survivors, their eyes haunted by the memories of their violent transformations. Yet amidst the newfound hope, a haunting question lingered. How had humanity fallen so far? The remnants of the world bore witness to the cost of careless choices and unchecked power. The survivors gathered around the flickering light of a makeshift campfire, their faces etched with a mixture of gratitude and sorrow. Sarah knew that their fight was far from over. The city, once a thriving metropolis, now lay in ruins, a somber testament to the battles they had waged. The survivors stood on the precipice of a new beginning, armed with the knowledge that they held the power to rebuild. As the seasons changed, so too did the landscape. Nature, resilient in its pursuit of life, began to reclaim the concrete jungle. Vines crept up the sides of buildings and birdsong pierced the silence. It was a fragile beauty, a testament to the resilience of life in the face of unimaginable horrors. But even amidst the signs of renewal, the survivors knew that the threat still loomed. The infected remained a formidable enemy, lurking in the shadows, waiting for an opportunity to strike. Every step outside the safety of their refuge was a gamble, every breath a reminder of the perilous world they inhabited. And so, the survivors forged ahead, determined to face whatever trials awaited them. Their resolve was unyielding, a reflection of the indomitable spirit that refused to be extinguished. For they knew that the fight for their future was not only within the city's borders, but also within themselves. As Sarah gazed at the transformed city, she knew that their journey was far from over. But now, armed with newfound hope and the knowledge that they could rebuild, they faced the future with a determination that echoed through the silent streets. And so, the survivors emerged from the darkness, carrying with them the legacy of a world that had come so close to the brink. They would rebuild, they would remember, and they would never forget the horrors that had forged their strength. As the days stretched into months, the survivors worked tirelessly to fortify their refuge. The once abandoned subway station now bore the marks of their determination. Barricades reinforced with scavenged materials, makeshift living quarters, and a sense of unity that transcended the hardships they had endured. With each passing day, the survivors grew stronger, their bonds forged in the crucible of adversity. They shared stories of lost loved ones, of battles won and scars earned. Each tale was a testament to the resilience of the human spirit, a reminder that even in the face of unimaginable horrors, they could find solace in one another. Sarah emerged as a beacon of strength, a leader whose every decision was tempered by the weight of their collective survival. Her unwavering resolve inspired those around her, instilling in them a sense of purpose that drove them forward. Yet even as hope flourished within their sanctuary, the outside world remained a perilous frontier. The infected still roamed the desolate streets, a constant reminder of the dangers that lurked beyond their makeshift walls. Every venture beyond their refuge was a calculated risk, a test of their mettle. One fateful day, as the sun hung low in the sky, casting long shadows across the city, a distant radio transmission crackled to life. The voices on the other end trembled with desperation, their tales echoing the horrors Sarah and her companions knew all too well. Without hesitation, the decision was made. They would embark on a perilous journey to aid their fellow survivors, to bring them the antidote and the promise of a future reclaimed from the brink of despair. The journey was fraught with peril, a test of their resolve like none they had faced before. They navigated through desolate landscapes, encountering remnants of a world forever changed. Along the way, they forged alliances with others who had managed to survive the onslaught. Finally, they reached the outskirts of the beleaguered city, their hearts pounding with a mixture of dread and determination. The sight that met their eyes was a stark reminder of the battles that lay ahead. Crumbling buildings, eerily silent streets, and the distant echoes of the infected's guttural cries. With each step, they carried the weight of their mission, the legacy of a world that had come so close to the precipice. They would not falter, for they knew that their struggle was not in vain. The antidote represented more than a mere cure. It was a symbol of humanity's resilience, a testament to the indomitable spirit that refused to be extinguished. And so, they pressed on, ready to face whatever horrors awaited them, armed with the knowledge that they carried with them the spark of hope that could ignite a world reborn from the ashes of its own destruction. As they ventured deeper into the heart of the infected city, the survivors' footsteps echoed through the desolate streets. The weight of their mission hung heavy in the air, a tangible reminder of the lives that hung in the balance. The city, Once a thriving metropolis now stood frozen in time, a haunting tableau of a world forever changed. Buildings loomed like silent sentinels, their shattered windows bearing witness to the battles that had raged within. They moved with a cautious determination, each step a testament to their shared resolve. The infected, drawn by the scent of the living, lurked in the shadows, their guttural growls a constant reminder of the danger that surrounded them. As they navigated through the maze of broken streets and crumbling alleyways, they encountered pockets of resistance, other survivors who had managed to hold on to their humanity amidst the chaos. Together, they formed an alliance, united by a common purpose, to reclaim their city from the clutches of darkness. With every passing hour, their hope was tempered by the harsh reality of their surroundings. The infected grew more cunning, their movements coordinated, as if guided by an unseen force. The survivors knew that the final battle would not be easily won. Finally, they reached the heart of the city, a once thriving square now transformed into a grim battlefield. The infected converged, their ranks swelling like a tide of malevolence. The air hung heavy with tension, a prelude to the impending clash. And then, the battle began. A symphony of desperation and determination, each survivor fighting with a ferocity born from the knowledge that their future hung in the balance. The streets ran slick with the remnants of their struggle, a stark contrast to the faded memories of the world they had lost. In the midst of the chaos, Sarah stood at the forefront, her eyes ablaze with a fire that refused to be extinguished. She fought with a determination that echoed through the ranks, a beacon of hope amidst the darkness. As the battle raged on, the survivors pushed back the infected, inch by hard-fought inch. It was a testament to their resilience, a reminder that even in the face of insurmountable odds, humanity could rise above. And then, in a moment that felt like an eternity, the tide began to turn. The infected, once driven by a relentless hunger, now faltered, their movements growing sluggish and uncertain. It was a shift that sent shockwaves through the survivors' ranks, a glimmer of hope amidst the chaos. With a final collective push, the survivors reclaimed the square, driving the remaining infected back into the shadows. The air hung heavy with the weight of their victory, a tangible reminder of the strength that lay within them. As Sarah surveyed the battlefield, she knew that their fight was far from over. The city bore the scars of their struggle, a reminder of the battles that had raged within its streets. But now, amidst the ruins, a new beginning awaited. And so, the survivors stood together, united by a shared purpose. They would rebuild, they would remember, and they would carry with them the legacy of a world that had come so close to the brink. In the face of darkness, they had found the light of hope, a beacon that would guide them towards a future forged from the ashes of their own destruction.